Good evening. Oh, I'm way too close for comfort there. There we go. Good evening, Australia. Welcome to a special Saturday night of Psychic TV. Surprise, you were supposed to have Annemarie as your host tonight. She isn't feeling too well tonight, so I've jumped in as I was a guest anyway. It also means that I will still be doing readings, so I will be hosting and doing readings tonight. So you've got a double whammy happening. So yes, welcome to everyone. So I've got production messaging me already. How is everyone's Saturday going? Can't believe it's already the 15th of March. I swear I still feel like it was February and I blinked and I've just lost a whole month. So I'm not sure what's going on, but and it's really hot in Melbourne too, which is also unusual. Anyway, so there's a lot going on at the moment. A lot of announcements to make as well tonight. So we do have Chantal, who is our guest psychic tonight. Well, we're both guest psychics together. So I'm going to bring her on really soon. We're going to have a bit of a chat. So bit of an unusual kind of unique night tonight. When Chantal and I are together, really anything's possible. So put your kids to bed because it's going to be quite an interesting show. Of course, we are here to do readings as well. So definitely if you would like a reading tonight, the same rules still apply. Like and share this page. Mention that you have liked and shared with your questions. So for example, like and shared, will I move house soon? Chantal and I will be doing readings. Production in the background are going to be picking the readings. We'll kind of play it as we go. I'm going to be choosing some readings, but production are going to help with that as well. So it is fair. So Chantal and I both equally get questions rather than me picking and choosing directly. What else? So we do have some psychics online as well. So I should probably just mention if you go to Psychic TV International website, and of course the details are running down below your screen. We have Amazing Grace on pin 9888, Kat on 9803, Nellie Norm Baker on 9810, and Psychic Sandy from the US on 9147 if you would like a guaranteed reading right now. Of course, we are doing some public readings for free. I'm just saying hello to everyone. So Veronica, Jocelyn, who else have we got in the thread? Hi to Anna. Hi to someone else I saw. Lydia, looks like all my regulars actually. Good to see you all there. Welcome to Saturday night. Nice and hot in Melbourne. It really is, Jocelyn. It's quite unusual weather. But anyway, stuff that's happening up north. Who knows what's going on right now? The exciting thing that I do need to mention, and it's going to be a bit of a plug for tonight as well. So Psychic TV is going to be at the Sydney Mind Body Spirit Festival next week. It's been a while since I think Psychic TV has actually been part of the MBS, so we're quite excited to be at the Sydney. So the 20th of March, which is the Thursday, through to I think it's the 23rd or 24th, like whatever that Sunday is. So Psychic TV International will be at the Sydney Mind Body Spirit Festival from this Thursday onwards. And your lovely self, for the first time ever, I'm going to be at a Mind Body Spirit doing readings. So I will be representing Psychic TV on Thursday. I'm the only psychic for that day. So from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., I will be doing readings at the City Mind Body Spirit Festival Thursday. Big deal for me because it's my first ever festival in my entire career. I've never done a festival. I've never done a market. Yeah, and I'm all or nothing. So rather than doing something small, I've just gone straight into the biggest spiritual festival in Australia. So I will be there on Thursday to if you are based in Sydney and you would like to see me in person, meet me for the first time, have a reading with me, definitely come on down the Thursday on March 20th, say hello, have a reading with me. You can pre-book. So if you're someone that really wants a reading with me in person, you'll be able to pre-book with me. Those details and the links will be posted to our page after tonight's show. So if you want to pre-book with me, you can do that. Otherwise, let's bring on Chantal and have a bit of a chat, shall we? Hello.
Hi, Michael. How are you, darling?
I'm good. It's so good to see your smiling face.
Oh, it's good to see you too, darling.
How have you been?
Very good, thank you. Look,
I know we spoke backstage, so you've had a full-on week.
Look, for those who aren't aware, we did have a cyclone here in Brisbane. I am a Queensland girl. And to be quite honest, the cyclone itself didn't do much damage. It was the aftermath. So what they call it is the tail of the cyclone, which was really scary. It was very windy, raining. So it's left a lot of, as you would imagine, cyclone damage, but not as bad as what we all predicted, which I'm really glad that they said be ready, but it wasn't so bad because Yeah, so a lot of us got, where I am, our electricity cut off. So we didn't have electricity for 4 days. So it was a romantic dinner every night with my parents, candlelight. Luckily, we had gas, so they could cook. But at the same time, I just want to say a big thing that happened in there. Is that all right, Michael, if I can say it?
Yeah, go for it. We're both hosting tonight, so.
All right, guys. So let me tell you, most of you that follow me would probably know. At the same night that the cycle was on, the 7th of March, my partner Dan decided to get a heart attack, and it was horrible. It was really, really horrible. It was very, very overwhelming. And it all happened when we were helping a lady, an elderly couple actually, to sandbags because they were protecting their house. I don't live far from, the water here. So they live right in front of the water. So we were trying to help them. It was just them.
Yeah.
Then Dan and I were just digging, and I was opening the bags and sanding and all that. We were probably doing that for about 40 minutes. Then we went home. Before we went home, we went to the fruit shop because there was no milk, no water. Those who live in Brizzy will know. No supplies, not even veggies, nothing. So we went to the fruit shop to get some milk, see if we could find long life, but we didn't anyway. So we got milk and a bit of fruit. And then he started feeling really weird, but he didn't say anything to me. Luckily, we only live like 3 minutes away from the fruit shop. So the minute we came home, he started feeling really weird, and he thought it was just the shoveling, all the picking up sand and all that. And then before you know it, there was no real sign for a heart attack. And this message might also make you guys aware, you don't have to wait for the common signs of a heart attack, the chest, the tightness. There are some really weak signs as well. We're in our 50s, I still feel Bella, fantastic, but our bodies are saying something else, So Dan felt really nothing much. He felt just something under his arm, the armpit, all right? And then he felt a little bit clammy on his chin, and he started getting sweaty. So he kind of said, I don't feel good, but he was very confused. So when I went to see him, he was sitting on the recliner with his feet up, and I noticed his ankles very swollen. And for those that don't know, I'm an ex-nurse. I did aged care, palliative care for 18 years. So I could see the vital signs on his ankles, how swollen they were. So when you touch it, it just went white. And I go, and your feet are really, swollen. Straight away, I rang up 000. They were here in no less than 2 minutes. And straight away, they got onto action. He was actually having a heart attack as he's talking, and he's blah 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 blah. I got this, I got that.
Jesus, that's crazy. So obviously all good now. How is he going now?
He's very good. He's very, very good. I'll make long story short. So he did give us a heart. He gave us literally a heart attack, that he was getting a heart attack. Yeah. He's home now, but we also got the psych, and we're all good anyway. And I'm Chantal, and yeah.
I was about to say, for those that may, so it's just us tonight. So you've got two really great energies. We're both going to be doing readings, myself and you as well. So before I sort of talk about how I work, do you want to talk about how you work as a psychic and what type of readings you're looking for tonight?
So I am a spiritual counselor, psychic medium. I am 5th generation. We're a big family, and out of all of us, only 3 have it. So I developed my understanding on how to work with spirit when I traveled overseas, and I got studying and learning how to work with it, not against it, because I didn't want to go crazy. So I learned how to work with it. So I do see spirits who are somehow connected to you. I'll describe them how they lived in the physical form. I would probably know who they are because they tell me they were a mum, a dad, a brother. I do a lot of platform work for churches, and I also do my own events, which I do platforms, so private events that are coming soon. As a medium, we are naturally psychic intuitive, so I can see things where you were, where you are, and where you're going. I don't like to call it future, I call it spiritual guidance.
I like that. So do you, in this sort of scenario, do you still accept mediumship questions?
Mediumship questions. I love mediumship questions, but it's a bit hard to try and get bang, bang, bang. If you want more mediumistic, call me. I'll be on for an hour after the show. And that's a really nice way we can actually connect. But yeah, I'll do the best I can. Absolutely. The only thing I don't do, and I'll tell that now, Michael, I don't do anything that's got to do with babies. I don't do anything that's got to do if you're going through a law case and you need, what's it called? if you need advice, because if you ask my kids, I give the advice. And you need the shooter's advice, and you really need a solicitor. And I'm not a doctor, so I will never give you a diagnosis. I will just probably say little bits and pieces of things of health-wise, but not dramatic.
Yeah. Look, I'm the same to a degree. Like, especially in a public forum too, it's probably best to not, discuss it publicly anyway. Did you want to ask me how I work? We'll just flip the role.
Michael, tell us how you work, darling.
Oh, definitely. So I do work as an empath psychic myself. I say I'm not a mediumship or medium, even though I can sometimes. They do come through. As you know, you can't really control who does and doesn't come through. I just don't sort of encourage or promote it, even in my private readings, because it's just not a focus for mine. I do focus more on the living, so on you, where you're at to where you're going. I don't do more than 6 months into the future, or the spiritual. What did you call it? The spiritual
guidance.
Guidance.
Spiritual guidance.
Spiritual guidance. So I don't do more than 6 months because things can change with free will and whatnot. But I really look at where you're going. So I'm great with like sort of general questions, love, career, crossroads. I've got a life coaching background and I'm trained in that area. So I do give a lot of generalized advice and tools and tips to help with the reading as well. So it's not just a reading. I kind of give you something that you can walk away with and do something with, basically, as opposed to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And like I said before at the start, I am excited, scared, confused, and nervous doing my very first festival. Have you done an MBS?
I'm excited for you. I wish I was in Melbourne. Why didn't you go to Melbourne the next one too? I'm going to be there next.
I'm doing Sydney.
Yeah,
so
Sydney. That's right. I'm going to do Melbourne. I'm excited for you. You're going to love it. You're going to get the bug. You know when people say I got the traveling bug, you're going to get the market bug. Well, not
I think
market.
so. I'm already thinking because I've never.
Festival.
Right, and I've never, and I've never done platform shows. So like, I honestly have only just done private readings and this sort of, and my live shows, but I've never actually done a platform, a festival, a market, nothing.
You're gonna love it because I feel that the adrenaline kicks in and you just want, okay, who's next? One more. You just want to keep going. It doesn't kick in until later that you're like.
Oh, I'm thinking like I'm so excited, but 10 till 6. That's a long day. So.
I normally do 12 in a day.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm excited for that. So if you are in Sydney, please do come say hello.
Oh, you have to say hi to people.
But speaking of readings, shall we get stuck into it? Thank you to everyone. I sort of have. I am seeing your hellos and here and there. So thank you. People are wishing your partner obviously positive thoughts and wishes
nice.
there.
Thank you.
So yes, I'm not ignoring everyone. I am seeing you. So hello to everyone. But we are going to get stuck into it. So I'm going to give you your first reading for the night. And Jocelyn, one of our regulars has asked for you. Hi, Chantal. What do you see for me in the next 3 months, please?
Hi, Jocelyn. In the next 3 months, I see new beginnings again. And I think you already are in that journey. When I see that photo of you, I feel that you're very strong. I see a lot of strength. And I also see a male that's standing behind you. So I don't know if that's your grandfather or a father figure, but I feel he's very strong and he's been guiding you. I also feel that you've also finally found your little path and you're feeling so comfortable with it. So good on you. Just stick to what's doing good for you. And I always say stick to your gut feeling. That's your intuitive. That's part of your chakra. Intuitive, we're all born with that. And some people develop it more. That's when you sit down, you meditate, and you ask, and then you start feeling it in the gut. I see as well that you might be changing. Okay, thank you. Number 3 and red came through. Maybe you can tell me what that means later, and we'll see that connection right there. But honestly, I see a little bit beyond 3 months, and I think you're on the right track. And just head up, bum down, keep doing what you're doing, girl. Thank you.
I love that. That was just straight to the point, and definitely, definitely was useful. I liked that. So I've got like, I do. I'm listening. Yeah, definitely give us the feedback. I've got production stuff, and then I'm like doing the hosting stuff, and now I'm doing some reading. So yeah, you're done it. You know what it's like. Yeah, so you're listening, right, but you're also multitasking.
Anyway, Michael.
But like for a reading, just like Cherie has given as an example, for a reading, please like and share. Then want to comment, put have you liked and shared with your question. Hi Nita, hi Lisa. It's good to see everyone. Tanya, It's a lot of my regulars from, because I'm streaming onto my business page as well as right now as we're live. So I'm seeing a lot of like familiar names coming through,
So
which
you're
is
popular.
fantastic.
Everybody loves you. It's not everybody loves Raymond. It's everybody loves me.
Yeah, luckily I don't have an ego. All right, so the way it's going to work is production, they're going to randomly pick a question for me, just so it's fair. So I'm not picking and choosing my questions. I'm going to let production pick and choose. So at least it's kind of fair. So I'm just going to wait for, there we go. So like and shared, just paid for a Euro trip. Will everything go as planned for me? 100%, Veronica. The first thing, I know it might come across as quite obvious, but I feel like I need to sort of repeat this so you are more understanding, is make sure before you leave, as you know, leading up to the time you're going to leave, that you're cross-checking everything as always, making sure that, your passport's in its space, make sure that you've got your accounts worked out, make sure you know how form of communication, like if you're going to get a new SIM card, or I don't even know if that matters these days. I think most people can still communicate through online anyway, but they're sort of showing me as just making sure that you've cross-checked everything. I keep hearing that, and it's like, if you think you have, do it again. Like, it's always good to just be double safe. I mean, I'm anal when it comes to that kind of thing, so I triple check everything. It's definitely going to be really good for you. The one sort of big message that I'm sort of getting around this trip and the purpose of this trip is you really do need to learn to switch off. So this trip is coming an important time. It's important that you're doing this trip because you really do need that sort of holiday and that sort of break at the moment. But I feel like you're someone that might struggle to switch off at times, or you're still like, if you're someone who's, it's like people that take days off work or work from home or whatever, it's like they still work when they shouldn't be working. It's like learning to sort of switch off and learning to kind of actually have a holiday. That's, I suppose, the biggest thing Spirit really wants you to make sure you do. Just really make sure that you do just kind of be in the present, be in the moment, switch off, and don't worry about home. Don't worry about, everything's going to be waiting for you when you get back. So don't worry about that. Just be in that moment, because you really just need to switch off and just disconnect for a little while. And they're saying you're going to come back with an answer. So I'm not sure what the answer is, only you'll know when that happens, but they're saying you're going to come back to Australia, or you're going to come back home with the answer that you're needing. So whatever that might look like for you, you might be going with questions, I don't know, but that you're coming back with an answer, and that's, something that they've sort of just put in there. So yeah, learn to switch off, be in the moment, and you're going to come back with an answer. So I hope that sort of helps. In that sense. It's strange hosting and doing readings at the same time, because you're like, trying to switch off the distraction so you can do the readings.
Multitask. You're doing great.
I know. I had a question for you and I've just forgotten, but I will come back to it. So I'm going to give you an actual question. This is where I get to pick one for you. I'm going to give you Christine. Like and shared, will I move back to Queensland and be finally happy?
I love you, Michael. I'm glad you picked her, because I was looking at her. You are such
really?
a psychic. I was. I'm like, don't go. It's funny, Christy. You're definitely coming back by the end of the year. I feel that you need to really, I think that you kind of ran away from Queensland to have a new beginning. But Queensland wasn't ready for you to leave. But you needed to leave to understand the great value that you really have here. Let's not talk about the state or anything like that. It's running away from a situation. And then you realize, I shouldn't have run away. Does that make any sense? So it's pretty much you run. And now this is all about, you know what? I'm going to start facing things and not running away. Now, if it's got to do with work that you had to go there, you could have had that same opportunity here in Queensland. But I definitely see you coming back by the end of the year, and there is no turning back. But don't ever use your past as a bad thing. Just you said, I experienced it and it wasn't for me. So I'll see you at the end of the year. We'll go out for a cup.
Is that someone you know, like, is that a client
No,
of yours or just?
I
Oh,
know.
there you
No,
go.
I talk to everyone like I know them.
Oh, yeah, no, I do too sometimes. And I have people say to me, oh, like, how do you know that person? I'm like, no idea who they are. But I just, you
We're
know,
just friendly
um,
people.
I wanted to ask, when you sort of were coming into your gifts and learning about who you are, did that sort of scare you in any way or confuse you?
I think I was more confused than scared. It never scared me. I actually loved it. I always thought it was fascinating, but I didn't know it was called mediumship. I just thought it was like a coincidence. Like, how can I be so on it? Do you know what I mean? Especially when I was working in the palliative care unit, you know, I could see when they were crossing over, the energy completely changes in the room and the smell, and I could feel really heavy in some rooms and some were very light. And I always kind of stepped away. And the minute you go back in there to check on them, they're gone. So it's hard to explain. That's another topic. But yeah, pretty much I was confused if I was going honestly crazy and there was something wrong with me. When I learned that was called mediumship, to be quite honest, I'm very dopey. I'm a slow learner, even at school. So I'm like, what do you mean? And then I got into really understanding. And then when I bought books and everything made sense what I was going through, it was like, oh my God, tick, tick, tick. I didn't feel so crazy. And then I went overseas to do a mediumship retreat. It was fantastic. And that's when it all came out. Yeah.
Made sense.
What
Yeah,
about
I
for
love
you,
that.
Michael? How was for you?
For me, I think a lot of us, I think, have similar stories or have a very similar story when we sort of are discovering the gift. I didn't know anything as such. I was sort of seeing and hearing things and sort of, I suppose, predicting things, but not realizing or knowing that I was actually predicting things, just like we all do this. What are you talking about? Like, you know, little things like the phone's about to ring or the school bell's about to go off.
Yeah.
Like, I would say things like that and they would happen. And people would always make a big deal about it, but I'm like, but we all can do that. So I didn't quite understand it for a while until I started to learn. And then obviously growing up, I was really into like your witchy type. Like I loved Charmed and I loved the craft and I loved all sort of stuff. I thought I was a witch for a while and I practiced Wiccan for a while and was just trying to work it out. Like I had more trouble trying to work out who I was as a psychic than I was as a gay man. Like it was easier for me to come out as a gay man than it was as a psychic.
Wow.
Because I had less support in the psychic field because I didn't know what it was. At least with my sexuality, there was a bit more information.
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I used to play with little boys. Actually, that sounds really wrong. But after saying I'm gay, I'm like, hang on.
When you were little too. Yes, when you were younger.
I was, yes. Yeah, that really came out wrong. I do apologize, but hey, if you got a laugh, great. When I was little, I used to play with two children that I thought were real. They actually were ghosts, and I didn't realize that until I was a bit older. My mum would say, yeah, like I knew you used to play, and I used to speak in a more old English accent and language because they were like from like a different century. So, and I still remember that, but yeah, then I just basically, long story short, I just stopped it. I didn't really give it any focus until I kind of went into my early 20s. I started picking it back up.
Yeah, it's called life. You start living life, and then that kind of stays there, but it's not there. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And then, yeah, once I sort of hit mid-20s to late 20s, I'm now in my late 30s, I just turned into a business and I've been now reading for over 10, 15 years now. And I love, like, you know, but yeah, I focus more on the person because I really love helping people. That's why I did life coaching. I started counseling a little bit. So I'm, you know, I think we all kind of, as light workers, we all tend to be healers and
we are natural. Like people say to me, how could you, I couldn't work with people like that. But hey, I couldn't be a nurse for children. See, we're all different. For me, it was like end of life. I've done their journey. And like you did witchery stuff, I did. And I never was attracted to it. But I love going to cemeteries and visit graves.
Oh, I still do that.
So do I. That's my, believe it or not, that's my calming place.
Calming, yes. I do it. I do it.
And that's the place there's less energy. People think there's spirits floating around and things like that. Not necessarily. But here and then you'll see someone, you go, was that someone or was that just me? And that's what I love. That's where that's why I want to do that hunting, you know what I mean? That goes.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. All right. So I think it's I've got production rushing me. So yes, we will get to more readings. So thank you for your questions. They are coming through thick and fast. And hello to our CEO, Jane Brady, who's also watching. I see you in the
Hi,
comments
Jane.
there. So hi, Jane. Thank you for watching. Okay, so production, I'm going to pick a random question
Hurry
for
up, Michael.
me. I know. Um, Tanya, so it just pops up. Do you see me buying my own house this year, or should I do what I can to stay here where I am? Straight away with you, Tanya, this is an easy one. I feel like you've done everything you need to do where you are now. I feel like you've been trying for a while. I feel like the energy I'm getting around your energy at the moment is like not so much, what's that saying? Like hitting your head up against a brick wall kind of thing. It's not so much like that, but it's almost like you've done everything you can up until now. I don't know if you're trying to make it work. I feel like there's a part of you, there's like a confusion there that's like, I want to stay because it's comfort, it's familiar, it's safe, it's all of that. But something's also not working. So it's like trying to make something work that's not working. They're sort of just saying, look at the reality of it, look at the situation for what it is, stop pretending it's something else, stop pretending like it's not what it is. Just go, you know what? It's okay. In regards to you buying your own house, that's definitely yes. This year, though, I'm not getting a strong yes. If it does happen this year, there'll be contracts signed maybe towards the very late half, like November, I'm thinking, maybe even December. But I'm getting more. If there's any kind of confirmation about buying a house, it's going to be around that time. You might start maybe properly looking at that period. I'm getting more strongly next year for you. It will be early next year. So it's definitely going to start at the end of this year in regards to the process of it happening. But I feel like it's going to be more this time next year when I see you actually moving in and sort of just relaxing. So yes to buying a house. It could be earlier. That could happen, like, you know, with your free will, you can change that and make it happen sooner. But I just still feel like it's going to be more this time next year, and that's the path you need or needed to go down. They're saying to me you needed to go down this. I feel like maybe it should have happened sooner, but that's okay because things change. Don't be sort of discouraged by that either. Just start doing what you need to do to make it happen, basically. And I'll leave that one there for you. Yes. So thank you to everyone that is posting. If you can please, just Peter, good to see you there. Gayleen, Debbie. Yeah, if I don't mention all of you, I do apologize, but we do see you. We know you're there. So thank you to everyone that's commenting. Please, with your questions, if you can just try and post once. I know everyone really wants a reading, especially a free reading. I know I would love one too. But if we can just post the questions once, it does block up the feed and we do go in order. So even if you repeat your question, we're working from start to finish. So if you repeat your question down the bottom, we're probably not going to get to it anyway. So there's no need to keep reposting. It just means that other people that are posting questions, we are seeing them more clearly. So please just try and post it once. We work down a list. So we don't sort of jump around. We try and go in order, just to try and make it fair. And like always, we can't always get to everyone. But if you can resonate with the question, definitely take that on board. Otherwise, you can jump onto the phone lines after the show and get a private reading, which is guaranteed. That's all the housekeeping done for today. Sometimes you got to tell them, Chantal, don't you? She's tuned in. You're getting messages, aren't you? I can see you're getting messages.
No, I'm actually reading all the questions. But yeah, you're right. It's true. I agree.
All right, so I'm going to give you a question. Let's see if it's one that you were thinking of.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. I'm going to give you Diane. Watching from my hospital bed. Been in hospital over a month. What's the next few months for me?
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry, Diane, you're in hospital. And I hope, yes, you do come out soon. You must be so tired of just being there. Look, I feel that, okay, thank you. I feel that you are going through a really hard journey, all right? And I don't feel like you're coming out anytime soon. I'm sorry. I feel there's a lot of in and out, in and out. The good thing is that when you're out, you're going to be a long time out, okay? When I say a long time out, I probably would say a couple of months. And then, unfortunately, like you're going in and out. I don't know what's wrong with you, but just know that this life is a journey as well. And, you know, we have to go sometimes through hard to understand and value what we've got when it's in front of us, the good things. So if we start concentrating in what we have and the good things that have made you happy, this is a spiritual healing way of helping your body as well, if that makes sense. I also feel that you're going to either write a book while you're in there. I don't know if you've got a journey, but I pulled this out for you. And this actually says you're going to write a journal or you're going to go back and study something. Because what you're going through, I feel that one day this is going to help others as well. So get a book or get a piece of paper and start writing what you're going through your journey, because one day this is going to be helping others. And I wish you all the best, darling. Thank you.
I like that. That's really good advice, actually. Even I sort of resonated with that one. You've got some feedback from Christine. Yes, very true. Need to get away after that relationship. All my friends and family are in Queensland. I miss them so much. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
And Jocelyn has said, thank you so much, Chantal. I need to hear that confirmation. I just start that new beginning. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Jocelyn.
So thank you for the feedback. I think I've got some too. Yes. I need to learn to switch off and double check everything regarding documents and not to worry about my house. Surprise when I get back. Looking forward to knowing what it'll be. See you at, oh yes, you're going to come and see me at the Mind Body Spirit. So good to see you in person. And I think, yes, Tanya has said, I'll be ready to buy from mid-July this year, so perhaps I should just wait till the right house becomes available after that date. In regards to the wording there, the right house, it's so true. It will find you. So, yes, we need to look. Yes, we need to put it out there. It's how sort of manifestation works, but it will find you in the end. So don't feel like you've got to settle on the first option or anything of timing. Just until it feels right, don't try and force it or try and feel like you have to make a choice. Just let it find you. Do you agree with that?
100%. I was going to say that was a really good way of putting it. Let it find you. The more that we try, the less that we're going to get it, and we get frustrated because it's not meant to be ours. That door's not open for you. So the right way.
And as you would know, that applies to everything, work,
everything that we do
day to day.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think it's my turn now. We'll see what. All right. May I have a love reading for 2025? May I have one too? Anyway, it's not about me. Stephanie, my love, I'm feeling, it's really interesting because usually when people ask for love questions, there's usually like a bit of heaviness and sadness and whatnot behind this, but I'm not getting that from you, which is interesting. I'm actually getting a lot of positivity, a lot of, they keep showing me a lot of yellows and oranges, which are really good colors. And they're sort of saying it's like, I really feel like, it's going to sound funny, but I'm going to use the way Spirit has worded it. I've done the time. And that's what they keep saying. So I feel like you've done the time. I feel like you've gone on those bad dates. You've said, oh, I'm never believing in love again. I'm never dating again. And then the next day you're back on Tinder kind of thing. It's like, I see you going back and forth quite a lot. And I see you've done that. And I feel like your energy now is at a place where it's like, I'm actually ready. Like truly, I can actually say that I feel like I'm ready because that's how your energy feels, which is great because it means that you are open to sort of receiving that new love that's going to be coming quite soon. I don't know if there's something happening around you at the moment. I don't know if you've recently met someone, but something feels very recent and new and current to me at the moment. I don't see you having to wait much longer. I feel like it's there already. So they're sort of saying, open your eyes to it. I don't know if you're not confused, but maybe unsure. They're sort of saying, just trust it. Take a little bit of that risk, jump a little bit. Don't be afraid. It's sort of like, it feels like it's there in front of me, but I'm just not seeing it. So it's like, be open because it's there, it's waiting, it's willing. And like love, we have to take risks. Otherwise we're never going to know. So they just really want you to kind of take that risk and trust that you're going to be okay and supported in the process and that it's not a bad risk. It's a good one. It needs to be taken. You're, yeah, matter of weeks, if not even. Like, it's really soon. Like, really, really soon. That's how I feel about your situation. It's yeah. If you're not talking to anyone, expect that to change in the next sort of by the end of the month, because you're spending Easter with someone, and it's a romantic partner. So, you're buying them an Easter egg. I don't know why I'm being shown that, but yeah, that's how quick that feels for me. So hopefully that helps you in some way. Um, James mentioned that we're both doing a great job tonight, of course. The dream team. Is there any question that you are drawn to that you want me to pull up for you?
I've got one here that says good. Oh, where is it? Hi guys. I don't know where she's gone. Here.
Do you remember the name?
Yeah, Gayleen.
Oh yes, I saw that. Actually, I did look at hers.
Yeah. Let's give it a go.
Hi Chantal. There we go.
Hi Gayleen.
Any messages from spirit?
Darling, I've been watching you going up the screen, and I honestly see two people. One, I don't know if it's your dad or your husband who's on the other side. He is so strong, and he's telling you need to stand up and you need to fight for your rights. I don't know if you're going through some kind of bit of problems at home and you're not saying much, because I see that you're very quiet, and he's saying, I've got your back and I'll always have your back. And I also have a lady, like a mother figure as well, right next to you. You look like her, very similar faces. And, you know, she's holding your hands and she's saying, look, it's like they all have your back. I don't know what you're going through. You will understand this. There's a lot of disagreement, I believe, around you at the moment, but I'm getting you need to stand up for your rights. So don't be scared of anyone. You stand in your power. All right. We all have our own power. Don't let no one dim your beautiful light and the power that you stand in, because they have your back. They might not do anything physically, but spirit are very smart and they know how to act. So are your spirit guides. My message to you, or what you're getting, to be quite honest, is pretty much they have your back and you're safe. And I hope this helps you, and we would love some feedbacks. Thank you.
I love that. And I think a lot of people can definitely apply what you've just said. Like, that was a very strong advice there. I love that.
Thank you. I felt for her. I felt like saying, you'd be right. Come here, I'll hug you.
I know. And it's amazing too. Like, a lot of people don't realize, and not that they need to, but I mean, I don't know if you get this, but I tend to get a question a lot where it's like, in this sort of platform where you're not actually speaking or really seeing them, sometimes even the photo isn't of them. It could just be of a dog or something, but we're still able to connect to the energy, and people,
it's the energy.
Yeah, they don't realize that we can still give you a message, even though, you know.
That's why we're international. Like, you know, this company is international psychic TV, you know. We don't need to be there physically. We just over the phone. We know your energy. We can say a lot of things without even seeing you. We just pick it up, and that's how intuitive works, right?
Yeah. So you got some validation from Diane from hospital. Yes, I had my right hip operation and then a hernia operation as well, because I got sick waiting for my operations, and now pick up a bug as well. Oh, you poor love.
You need to write a book about this. You're going to call it The Impatient Patient.
I love that. Anyway, I just read a comment. I wasn't sure if that was spam but I'll come back to that later. That's what production's job's there. I think there's some spammer in the comments there, but we'll deal with that later. I think it's my turn now, isn't it? I am going to, wait for a question to pop up. There we go. Like and share. I'm cross everything as I'm getting read tonight, so you can uncross them because it's definitely happening. On what I expect for the next 3 to 6 months. Tanya, your name looks familiar. I'm going to quickly flip out a card for you, because you've got a few. There we go. I'm just waiting for 2 to fly out here. The next 7 weeks are going to be really interesting for you. So you've had the 7 of Fire that's come up, and this card talks about standing your belief, standing your ground. not sort of letting anyone sort of dim your fire, dim your light, or convince you otherwise. I feel like for you over the next 3 to 6 months, even over the next 3 to 6 weeks, 3 to 6 days, as of today, I think you just got to really stand your ground. I don't know if there's a decision that needs to be made. I don't know if there's something you're procrastinating on, maybe all the above, maybe the decision that you need to make, you're procrastinating on. I feel like you've got a lot of people in your ear at the moment convincing you, talk you, not trying to harm you, not trying to persuade you in a negative way, but I feel like, you know, the whole saying of too many chefs in the kitchen, I feel like with you, you've got too many people giving their advice, but it's not what you want to be doing or what you feel like you should be doing. And that's why I think Spirit is kind of saying, like, definitely stand your ground a bit more, stand in your beliefs. If you've made a decision, stick to it, follow it through. Don't sort of let anyone else talk you out of it. There is definitely a decision or something about a decision. Maybe that's what's happening in the next 3 to 6 months, but you're definitely going to make that over the next few weeks. But like I said, they're just sort of repeating the whole message on just stand your ground in your decision-making process. Stand with your beliefs. You may have to go, I don't know if you're kind of going internalized at the moment a little bit, but they're sort of showing me like the hermit as well. So I feel like maybe you need to go inner to find the answer, or you just need to maybe spend some alone time in meditation or just relaxing. To help find that clarity. There's something there that needs to change and it needs to be done, but this is all about you. It's like the spotlight's on you right now, and that's where the focus needs to be. So drown out or just block out the outside noise that's happening at the moment. Focus on what it is that you want to do, stand your ground and belief in that decision-making process. And if there is confusion, just spend some quiet time alone. I don't meditate. I'm not someone who can meditate. I get bored really quickly. But don't forget, meditation is switching off, is unwinding, is relaxing. So a form of meditation that I do is when I'm in the shower, I just cleanse and switch off while I'm in the shower. So, you know, I don't actually sit there and sing Come By Eye and cross my legs. There's no way I can do that. But yeah, I go for a walk or I have a shower, and that's my form of meditation. So when I say meditation, do what's going to work for you to get the answers that you need. And hopefully that helps you.
Good, Michael. I think you already read for her. She wrote another question earlier. That's all right.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, that's why you said you're familiar. You did. But that's all right. I didn't want to interrupt. And other people are telling you the same thing, but she just asked a different question.
Okay. I do apologize for that. I didn't even...
But you were really...
Yeah. Yeah. Hosting and reading at the same time is not the best mix. All right. I did see a question for you from Becca. Hi, Chantal. Can I please have a reading on my love life? Will my ex Peter come back for a second chance?
Oh, hi, Becky. I've got a Becca too, and they're lovely. Sometimes, you know, they're a little bit Gemini. One day they're good, the next day, no, I hope you're a nice Becca. I mean, my Becca's good too. Darling, I feel that you and Peter have fought a lot. This is not the first time, and I know that you're the one that's feeling bad. You've got to be careful because I feel that you're going through a change yourself. So you're spiritually growing, and I feel that Peter's just at the same plane level. You are going here. I feel it's time for new changes for you. I feel like you need to... Okay, thank you. I'm getting that... I'm getting that he's coming back to you again. I'm getting by the end, like September. I don't know why I get September. September might mean something to you, but there's a lot that you and him have to work out, because when you guys clash, it's heavy, and then you want to make up again. So it's a really hate-love relationship. Sometimes that can be a little bit toxic, not healthy. Really look at what you really want out of a relationship. Is it a continuous pattern, or do you need to break this pattern? Because I feel that he's going to come back. But put it this way, there's plenty of fish out there, okay? Just work on yourself a little bit to learn to love you before you can go back and love anyone else. I feel that you're going through a pattern, to be quite honest, with Peter. Yeah, you're right. I'm just reading your question. I feel he will, but not 100%. 100% that you're going to stay good. That's what I'm getting. that he's going to come back, but things are not going to be the same. Yeah, and I wish you all the best on that journey. Maybe trace back and just reflect on the relationship you have had with him and ask yourself, what is it, the relationship I would like and I deserve? Thank you.
Beautiful. And sometimes we don't learn the lessons in full, and we have to learn them a few more times before we can have changes.
Part of being humans, I suppose.
Yeah. Gayleen has given you some feedback. Both mum and dad are deceased. I'm not going through anything as much, but has been some tension in the workplace for quite some time, to the point I thought about leaving.
Fantastic. That to me says a lot, because your workplace is like your other home. You live at home, but you're constantly surrounding yourself with other people. So that spirit just gave me that kind of an idea. And you say that you want to leave, but I know that you don't want to leave, and what spirit was saying, don't let no one dim your light. Get your power back.
Definitely. A question for me, which is definitely something I haven't already read for again. Are you able to see a positive energy for a male platonic relationship for the next 3 months? A male platonic. I love that word, platonic. I don't hear it very often. You ever see any positive? Definitely positives. It's funny, we mentioned before about lessons and learning the lessons, and that's the first thing Spirit is sort of directing me to about these lessons. I don't feel like they're bad ones, because there's good and bad lessons to learn. It's all actually good, really. Even the bad ones can turn out to be good when they seem bad at the time. In regards to, do you ever see any positive energy? There's definitely, it's funny, there's more than one. So I'm getting multiple positive energy. So it could be coming from multiple different people. But I feel like there's a lot of positive male energy around you at the moment, and they keep bringing me back to the lesson. So I don't know if someone's there to teach you something, to help you with something. I'm just definitely getting lessons being taught and learned from this sort of male energy again, I feel like this person's already in your life. They may come in and out of your life. I don't know if they're romantic or if it was supposed to be and it didn't. I'm sort of like, there's definitely a love energy around this person, but it may not be a deep romantic kind of connection. It could just be like a love support type energy from this person. But I'm definitely getting a lesson to be learned from them, or they're going to teach you something that's going to help sort of uplift you in a way and help sort of, lift your energy as well. And that's kind of happening now for me, leading into sort of the next few weeks for you. But yeah, I'm definitely getting multiple positive male energy. It's trying to keep this clean and PG, but I'm definitely getting a lot of, and it's just kind of come to different areas. So it could be like from like, a brother or an uncle or a father or a friend, I'm just sort of getting multiple male energies around you with a lot of positive energy, a lot of life lessons, and just a lot of uplifting. So I don't know if that's something that you need right now, or feel like, even if you don't feel like you need it, it's something you're just going to be getting anyway, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's all about the timing, and it's all about it happening now. And it's just going to sort of really kind of uplift you over the next few months to sort of move you on to what it is that you need to be doing as well. But definitely a lot of support. And it's like I've said tonight already, it's opening your eyes to it, being accepting to it, and, sort of seeing it that it's there, you know what I mean? And that it's that's available to you. And don't be so closed off to it. Just be really accepting, because it's coming. I'm just getting a lot of uplifting energy. So that's sort of what's happening with you at the moment. Something to look forward to. There's more there, but you can always connect with me on the phone if you want. They bring in a lot in, but I don't have the time to go into the detail at this stage. But just know that it's good and it's coming. Thank you to everyone that's commenting and watching. The questions and comments are coming in thick and fast. So yes, and again, I do apologize for being the same person twice. A few people are still mentioning that, and I get it. Things happen.
You know what's good? You're paying attention.
Yeah, at least someone is. Yeah,
there's a few there.
Okay, I am going to give you. So now I'm like paranoid that I'm like going to pick the same person again
No,
and give you.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. I'll say, no,
I'm going to
no.
give. I'm going to give you one of our regulars, Nita. Would like to know what's coming up for me.
Yeah.
It's
Hi,
very quiet
Nita.
around me lately.
Hi, Nita. You know what? Enjoy the quietness because I feel that you're always on your feet. You're always running around, and I feel that you love it. And that's awesome. You know, I get tired very quickly. So enjoy this quiet time. The quiet times are for you to reflect on where you were, where you're going, and where you are right now. So this is the time for you to start doing a meditation. If you want to do meditation, or also write a book where what you would like to be from now to the end of the year. Start manifesting things for yourself. Quiet times are for you to start really looking after you and your own spirit because you're always your heart is so big that you're always loving everyone. You're giving everyone your energy, which is fantastic. But sometimes we need to refill our own cup. So when you are quiet, that is the time that you have to refill your own cup. And that is by taking walks, bare feet, in the sand if you're near the beach or, the grass, anywhere where you can ground yourself and start reflecting and start pretty much acknowledging and thanking the universe and the great divine for all the great things they've given you, the bad and the good, because that's who they've made. Because of the bad and the good, it's what's made you who you are today. So moving forward, start noting down beautiful things that you would like to see for yourself. And when I say beautiful, is nurturing yourself. What is it that you want? You want to be healthy. You want to smile more. You want your family. Things that you actually picture yourself. I see that you are on September. I don't know if you're going away, you're traveling, but I see that you're going to be very busy in September. That doesn't mean you're not going to be busy again very soon, but I see that September is going to be a very busy month for you. Only you will understand what that means. But your quiet times are really reflection times. So enjoy it before you get your cyclone coming. All the family and all the grandkids and everyone will be like, yeah, 100%, darling. Thank you. I hope this helps you.
Definitely, and a good reminder too as well. Cherie, thank you for your time tonight. Do you see my boy finding his feet and getting some work soon, or anything you get from my hubby and myself would be amazing. So thank you for watching, Cherie. I know you're one of the weekly regulars, so I know Harry's not here, and I'm actually hosting again next week. So you've got me again next week as well. I wasn't supposed to host tonight. I was always scheduled next week, but yeah, anyway. It happened the way it has happened. Do you see my boy finding his feet and getting some work soon? I definitely do. I feel like I can sense the on and off struggle with him. I don't know if it's anxiety, because I'm getting a lot of anxious energy around him at the moment. I don't know if this is like if he's been out of work for a little while, because I feel like the job that I'm getting, I feel like it's almost like my first job energy, that sort of new energy of going into work. So you have all those extra nerves and anxiety that kind of kick in. So it's kind of like, it's like softly kind of being reintroduced to the work sector as well. They're definitely saying make sure he's applying or picking work or applying for jobs that he actually wants to do, and not just because it's the pressure of getting a job as well. I feel like if he is loving what he's doing, he's going to have a lot less anxiety and pressure in regards to being able to do the job. I keep hearing April. I'm getting like between April like 14 and 17. They keep showing me April 14 to 17. So I feel like if he is going to be getting work, it's going to be around that period. But again, they're really sort of highlighting, just make sure it's what he wants to be doing. It'll help with the pressure and anxiety that he's feeling at the moment. And then it's just a matter of just doing. Once you start, it does get easier, which is just generalized advice. Like it takes a good 4 weeks to get into a routine of things. So he just needs to kind of get over that sort of hurdle of wanting to maybe pull out too soon because it's just too stressful. It's like, just give it that 4 weeks, give it a good month, and it truly does get a lot easier. And I don't know if your husband, because there's work around him as well. So work is very big in the household at the moment. So I don't know if your husband is traveling for work or has changed jobs or is, there's something about it. Like I'm getting trouble in work with him at the moment, and they're saying that's all going to settle down soon for him as well. So I'm not sure what's going on with his work sector, but they're highlighting that of it's going to settle really soon, and you're all going to be sort of okay. You kind of are just in this little rut at the moment, and that's okay. Like, there are lessons, and we're talking about a lot of lessons tonight. So there's definitely lessons in your situation at the moment with both your husband and your son. And it's just knowing that this is just a short for now situation, and it is going to get a lot easier come mid-April next month for you. So kind of just sort of see the next few weeks through, and you will see like the change that needs to happen, but you'll also feel less pressure. And as sort of the weeks go on between now and April, you're just going to feel a bit better each week, and you're going to start sort of see, you know, the whole light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing. So things are looking good. It's just they're just saying everything's just a for now with you at the moment. This is just a for now situation, and that is going to come to an end very soon for you. So hopefully that does help. And I'm going to give you one more quick reading for you, Chantal.
Okay.
And again, I'm like making sure
You're doing
production
absolutely good.
It's actually, so production is starring questions for me, but because questions are getting repeated, obviously they're coming up twice. So that's what's happening.
They become tricky like that.
Yeah, and if you're not paying attention, you don't know if you've read. Does Carrie Ann ring a bell? Have you read for Carrie Ann?
No, it doesn't ring a bell. No.
Chantal, I would like to know, is there anything from my loved ones? Thank you. Also, was wondering if my sister is still there, or it's been reincarnated, possibly.
Yes, there. Anything from my loved ones? Thank you. Also, I was wondering if there's anything from. Hi, darling Carrie. I know that you feel your sister because I can feel her right now. She's very, very strong. Like, I feel that her presence here while she was living, she was quite a character. Very quiet, but yet she enjoyed her little jokes. And you and her, I feel like, are very soft-spoken. But I also feel that with all the spirits around you, you know, you're always going to feel them. I feel that you know that already. I feel that you know, you're intuitive yourself. Start practicing a little bit more, and you're going to have full-on conversations. It's all about just talking to them through your third eye, asking questions, and you'll feel it in the gut. You will know through different ways the way spirit really like to connect with us. I also see that you're an overthinker. I don't know, that came through. Like, you think a lot. Sometimes overthinking things takes us to a place where we get a bit anxious. So I don't know if you have got a little bit of anxiety. I mean, it's normal. We all have it because we are afraid of the unknown. So to let you know that your sister is around you, I don't know if she loved her perfumes, but she smells amazing. It's like she really did look after herself, or you looked after her and you made sure, because she's saying thank you. She's saying thank you. Okay, thank you. I also got a birthday coming. So I only do 3 months coming, or 3 months past. I don't know if it's your birthday or would have been her birthday. But she's blowing the candle and she's letting me know that she's partying. She's partying up there. So she's pretty much okay, to be quite honest, better than what she was here when she was in living terms. So I hope this helps you. Feedback is always welcome. Thank you.
Perfect. Just like Nita has given you feedback. I can resonate with what you're saying, and I'll definitely do some more meditation or start to manifest what I want to do this year. Love and light to you both.
Thank you. You'll love it.
Beautiful. Now, we are going to wrap up. So you mentioned that you got a few platform shows coming up. So you want to do a bit of a plug?
Well, it's going to be later on in the year, and I will be back on. So, I mean, they're in August. There's some in
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, you know, those people that know, they'll yeah. So it's a while from now. Yeah. So I'm always around. You'll see ads everywhere. I'm always around. I didn't bring a list. Anyway.
So just for your Facebook page, or do you have a website?
Absolutely, my Facebook page. And you can also find me here in Psychic TV always. I'm not on all the time. I've already spoken to production. I have a few things happening and so on.
As you've mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, and I do try my best. But I will be on today after the show for 1 hour.
Perfect. Well, I would definitely highly recommend grabbing Chantal while she is available. She is a beautiful, beautiful soul, a beautiful reader, and I love you very much. So definitely, thank you. So yeah, definitely grab Chantal. She will be on after pretty much in the next few minutes. Thank you so much for coming on and putting up with the chaos tonight.
And sorry if we talk too much. That's what you get with an Italian, Spanish, and half Italian.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I know. We do talk a lot, but hopefully, if I was going to actually address that too, but anyway, if you got something from tonight, if you had a laugh, if you whatever, then we've done our job. So I'll be back next week. But in the meantime, thank you, Chantal, for being on tonight. No worries.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
So thank you to, again, too close for comfort. So thank you everyone for watching tonight. It is tough trying to host and do readings at the same time, but we got there in the end. Remember, Psychic TV International will be at the Sydney Mind Body Spirit Festival from this Thursday onwards, March 20th. So from Thursday to Sunday, if you're in Sydney, head over to the Mind Body Spirit Festival and say hello. I'm actually going to be there this Thursday on March 20th. So if you, in all the chaos tonight, if you liked how I read, or if you've read with me in the past and want a reading in person, I'm pretty much hardly ever in Sydney. So there's a great chance if you want to have a one-on-one private reading with me, I will be at the City Mind Body Spirit Festival representing Psychic TV on March 20th on a Thursday. This Thursday coming. I'm there all day from 10 till 6 p.m. So you've got all day to come and do a reading. We are going to post the link to our Facebook page. If you want to pre-book a reading with me, you can do so now. We're expecting hundreds and thousands of people do come. So it is could book out quite quickly. So if you did want a private reading with me at the City Mind Body Spirit Festival on Thursday, you can pre-book to secure a spot. Otherwise, do come say hello. I am back next week. So if you haven't had enough of me, too bad. I am back next week to host for another week. So I look forward to seeing you all then. I'm going to be jumping onto the phone lines as well myself. So if you want to connect with me on the phone lines, I'm going to be jumping on the next few minutes. So you can also have a reading with me as well. Thank you to everyone. Thank you for watching tonight. I do appreciate it. Have a safe weekend and I will see you next week.